pleased to have you here today. And so yeah, I want to jump in. So BI 2025, we had a session with Eric and Gregory, as I mentioned, from SAP a while back, and we've got some slides here that came from their content, and we're eager to get your perspective. So if we had no more than this slide to show, that would still be quite enough. But let's take a moment and just talk about this slide and the importance of this slide and what you're drawing out as the key consideration. So Chris, let's start first with you. When you look at this slide, what are the things that come to mind for you?
This slide says a lot. There's a lot to take in on this slide. So whenever you look at this, the first thing you'll notice is that BI 4.2 is on the map. And that, as you see at the top there, ended in December of 2024. So any releases 4.2 and prior are no longer in support by SAP. And so that's the first thing that jumps out at me. And I noticed that, 2% of the respondents said they were at 4.1. And I have had clients that are still on 3.1. So there are some installations out there, and trust me, there are upgrade paths for those versions of BusinessObjects to become current. But whenever we look at the BI 4.3 line, you can see that the mainstream maintenance continues through the end of 2026. So it'll stay, we'll stay within support through December of 26. We'll move into security fixes through 27. And then what they call customer-specific maintenance. So if there's something that's going on that's a showstopper for a company, SAP will respond to that. So they're not going to leave you out in the cold. But then what this allows us to do is transition into the future of BusinessObjects with BI 2025 that takes us currently through the end of 2027 with security fixes through 28. And then we move into BI 2027, which would take over from BI 25. And I think they're looking at releasing that sometime in 2027, I think late 26, early 27. And then with the roadmap there, and then you'll notice the little dash lines. So with the dash lines, that takes us even further into the future with BusinessObjects. So what this means to me is that BusinessObjects is not going anywhere. BusinessObjects is still supported by SAP, it's still maintained, and it will still continue to exist well into the future.
That's great. And Mark, let's turn to you. Same question. What are you drawing from this?
Well, I think I just want to echo what has just been said, that this product line is now going to be maintained and supported well into the 2030s by the vendor, and with that very bottom blue dotted line showing that there is going to likely be a BI 2029 in the future as well, which will take you, if we're using the 5+2 rule, that it would take you into the mid 2030s. So if you're at an inflection or a decision point right now about the direction of the product, you've got a much clearer roadmap than we had even 2 years ago on what was going to happen after the end of 2026, 2027. And I think also the way that the product is going to be incrementally rolled out in the future, and this new numbering convention, rather than it being BI 4.2, 4.3, moving to the year of release, BI 2025, BI 2027, and showing them that they are going to be incremental releases of the same product stack. So we used to have the individual product released like a BI 4.3 and then a series of support packs. So there's a support pack 5 for BI 4.3, which is expected middle of 2025. Those support pack models are kind of going to go away. And what's going to happen is this new patch model where there will be a mainstream release, and then there'll be a patch every 6 to 8 weeks over the next 2 to 3 years. So that changes your strategies. A lot of people are probably trying to plan their 2025-26 deployments brand new release came out yesterday. People are starting to download it, might be putting it into a sandbox. Realistically, it's probably 6 to 8 months before a large productive environment moves to the BI 2025 landscape in production at the earliest. Some people might want to wait for the first patches to drop before they do anything. So now you've got this regular pattern of we were expecting a patch at the end of April. We're expecting a patch every 6 weeks this year. So if there are particular functionalities or fixes that you're waiting on, those will be available to you on a pretty regular basis.
That's great. And just a reminder, everyone, this what we're looking at has come from SAP. This is from their presentation, and yeah, we look forward to. And
there was a big blog post they put up yesterday as well around the release. That I don't know if we've got a link to that in the chat, or we can put it into the Q&A or something.
Yeah, that's great.